The Native American Church, also referred to as Peyotism, is monotheistic, believing in one supreme God, whom they call the Great Spirit. They also believe in Jesus as a relative and the Holy Spirit as a spiritual guide. Their creed is very specific to their traditional spirituality and Christianity. The founder of this church was Quanah Parker, a Comanche chief in the mid-1870s in Oklahoma. It has since spread across the country, particularly in the western states, and into Canada, and as of today, there are estimated to be 250,000 members. Quanah Parker's most famous teaching regarding the spirituality of the Native American church: the white man goes into his church and talks about Jesus, but the Indian goes into his teepee and talks to Jesus. There are two main chapters of this church: the Native American Church of the United States and the Native American Church of North America, that includes Canada and Alaska. The North American chapter only accepts as members and visitors those Native Americans with a blood quantum of 1/4 or more, and this is enforced by the tribal police. The United States chapter has no rules regarding blood quantum, and any race is welcome for the most part. The basic creed of reverence for the universal nature and the tenets of faith, hope, and charity characterize the collective doctrine. The meetings characteristically take place in a teepee and follow traditions of two different fireplace groups: the half-moon fireplace and the crossfire fireplace. Each has an altar made from sand in the shape of either a crescent or a horseshoe. Coals are placed near the altars in varying shapes, depending on the various tribal traditions. Cedar wood is laid down and a fire is started. The fireman maintains the sacred fire for the duration of the meeting. After the fire is started, producing ceremonially cleansing smoke, peyote cactus for intense effects and peyote tea for milder effects are passed around, and members consume one or the other. This may happen a second time. At midnight, water is passed around, and then there is a brief break. When the participants are back inside the teepee, the ceremony resumes with singing and prayers. Meetings are conducted by a pastor, priest, or elder who is referred to as the roadman. As part of his religious paraphernalia, the roadman may use a prayer staff, a beaded and feathered gourd, and feather fans. In the half-moon fireplace, the prayer staff is passed around during the singing of ceremonial songs, with the one holding the staff being the singer. The crossfire fireplace, the staff is placed upright in the ground and not passed around. The songs sung are four main ceremonial peyote songs. Meetings are not necessarily held weekly, but approximately once a month, and vary depending on specific needs, such as a desire to cure illness, celebrate birthdays, Christian holidays, entrance to or graduation from school, to commemorate funerals, marriages, or other major life events. Most meetings are held on Saturday beginning around 7:30 p.m. to accommodate work schedules and last until morning. During the meetings, peyote songs are sung in the peyote language and do not vary by the tribe or fireplace branch. The Crossfire group uses the Bible for sermons, which is rejected by the Half Moon group, even though they teach a similar Christian morality. The sacramental eating of peyote is for healing an imbalance in an individual. It is never for recreational purposes, but for spiritual visions that will fix or heal social, personal, or communal problems. It enables each to commune with the Great Spirit and other spirits, even the deceased, in contemplation and vision, and to receive from them spiritual power, guidance, reproof, and healing. The roadman's wife or other female relative prepares 4 sacramental foods consisting of water, shredded beef, corn mush, and some type of berry to counter the bitter-tasting peyote. This generally is served around 4:30 a.m. A second breakfast is served just prior to the close of the meeting, but well after sunrise, and is a typical American breakfast. The way of life, called the Peyote Road, stresses brotherhood, love, family care, self-support through steady work, and avoidance of alcohol. The use of peyote in spiritual practices by Indians goes back to ancient times, originating in Mexico and working its way up to North America. It was used for medicinal purposes, as the chemical components in the plant have an antibacterial effect. Clinical studies have proved this. The use of peyote and the practice of peyotism has not always been easy. Many attempts by the U.S. and state governments occurred between 1916 and 1937 to ban its use. In general, peyote is a legally restricted substance, which for the Native American Church is an infringement on their constitutional religious rights. However, in 1978, Congress passed the American Indian Religious Freedom Act, making the use of peyote in a sacramental rite legal.